Hello everyone, this is NHL Hockey News Sports. Hope you're all enjoying your day today. In this video, today I am doing a video on the 24 team playoff bracket and my predictions on that. Before we get into it, make sure we subscribe, comment, share, be much appreciated. Trying to hit 250 subs, so if you can do that for us, we're a special video coming out at 250. So if you're not subscribed already, be much appreciated. Thank you. So, there we go. My camera's working. I want to make sure it's working the whole time. Here we go. We have the buy-ins. We have to try to get into the playoffs. We have Toronto and Blue Jackets on the left. Is the 8 teams. On the right is the 8 teams. And then those teams are the first 4 seeds. And then we have the first to 4 seeds on the western side. I am not going to buy any more else time because this is going to be a long video. So let's get into it. Starting off here, we have Toronto and the Blue Jackets. Thinking about this one, I'm going to go with probably, I want to say the Blue Jackets win this. I'd love to have that, but since I'm a Habs fan, but I think I have to put as the Leafs. So the Leafs make it against the Bruins, and we'll see how that goes. Next is the Penguins and the Montreal Canadiens. Now, players are scared of Price, especially what Pittsburgh said. Healthy Price can be dangerous. Yes, but if we can't have Domi because of diabetes, his issue with that, that's going to blow our center depth. Even though we have Danault, we have Suzuki, but we still need that guy, and it's going to hurt. But with the Penguins, what they have, I want to get the draft pick than go any farther, because just to say, but let's get the Penguins on. Okay, and that would be the Penguins and the Lightning. That would be an interesting series, definitely. Moving on to the Islanders and the Panthers. Lately the Islanders haven't been the best. I don't know why, really. I don't know, but I'm going to put the Panthers win over the Islanders. Not to hate the Islanders at all, but I'm going to put the Panthers over the Islanders. Wow, Capitals and Panthers. And we have the Carolina Hurricanes and the Rangers. Carolina did not like this because they're playing the Rangers, because it's super tough. Man, this is a hard one. I am going to go with the Rangers on this one. They have the defense. They have a really young team. That Panarin, if Panarin just keeps on going, with Zibanejad, and then you have Sorokin. I'm not Sorokin. Oh my, Shesterkin. There we go. Another Russian goaltender. It's just amazing. What they have. It would just be amazing for them. So the Rangers definitely will be playing against the Flyers. Moving on to the western side, and we have the Blues for the first seed. But let's talk about the Calgary Flames and the Winnipeg Jets. Man, I don't know. Will Calgary choke again in the playoffs? They've done that the last couple of years. Of course, it's not the playoffs, but trying to get into the playoffs will they choke, Then you have the Jets who have really good firepower. I'm going to go with the Calgary Flames here. Calgary plays against the Blues. Now, next is Oilers or Blackhawks. Some say, well, the Blackhawks have Taves, Kane, Teef, Crawford, the old core. Yeah, but that's kind of, most of the team is not even there anymore. So, they all got traded, or they retire, or they're just whatever. But, I think the Oilers win this, definitely. I really don't see how the Blackhawks win that. Yes, they could, but, really. Okay, Canucks and Wild. Those are one of my favorite teams. It's the Habs, the Red Wings, the Canucks, the Ducks, and then the Wild. So, oh man. But I would love to see my Wild win, but Canucks are my favorite team over the team I like better. But not to say that over which team I like the most. Generally, I think the Canucks win this. The Wild, they'll try their best, but they're a mediocre team. And maybe if they bring Kaprizov, it can bring something. We'll see. But I think the Canucks win it. Moving on to the Predators and the Coyotes. Now, the Predators and Coyotes is very interesting because some think the Predators can be knocked out, some think the Coyotes will be knocked out. For me, I think the Predators can be like 2017. Maybe not as good, but I think they can be the underdog that everyone's kind of not watching at, and then they just take over. So the Predators win this one. Now, against Dallas, potentially. But now we are going to look at the 16 teams now, like a regular playoff format. Here we go. So, who moves on? Well, Toronto and the Leafs, I have to give it to, Toronto and Leafs. The Bruins and the Leafs, I think I have to give it to the Bruins. I don't see how it's not. The Bruins and the Leafs, it's definitely the Bruins. The Bruins definitely do move on here. Sorry, but it is. Oh boy, the Lightning and the Penguins. This might be the hardest one for me to pick here. Man. Man, oh man. Oh boy. Yikes. I'm gonna go with the Penguins here. And I'll tell you why in just a sec. Why do I do that? Because they have Malkin, they have, of course you can say you have Stamkos and Point and Kucherov, but you have Crosby, Malkin, Getzel now healthy, ready to come back, who we thought wouldn't be ready until like June, which would be ideal for this situation for them. To be all healthy. I think they would be able to beat them. They have lately, so for the series, but sorry about that, but that's what it's going to be. Moving on to the Capitals, here we go. And the Panthers. I am going to actually have the Capitals win this one over the Panthers. Bobrovsky will be okay, but not amazing because the Capitals are just going to win that. I don't just see how they don't. They really, I think, will win it. Because that's just what it is going to be. So, I don't see how it isn't. So the Capitals move on, and they're going to be playing. We'll see who. We have the Flyers and the Rangers. I think the Flyers are going to win. I'm going with the Flyers who win in this one. Let's see. Here we go. Wow. Okay, we have Bruins versus the Penguins, the Capitals, and the Flyers. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's keep on the eastern side, then we'll go to the western side now. Let's keep on the eastern side. Bruins versus Penguins. Oh, wow. Oh, man. I think I'm going to go with... Oh, man. Who do I go with, yo? Tough one. Yikes. I'm gonna probably go with the Bruins, yo. Sorry, Penguins fans, but the Bruins do win it, yo. As a Habs fan, I can't see how they move on, yo. And let's pick against the Capitals and the Flyers. I am gonna pick probably the Capitals who will move on. So it's the Bruins and the Capitals. Very interesting for it. So we have the first, second, third round. Okay, now we'll be in the Western Conference. Who would win this? I'm gonna go with the Washington Capitals. If you just hold on 1 sec, I'll get the logo. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, they'll win the finals. Alright, ever since 2018, they're back. Alright, let's move on to the Western Conference. Here we go, Western Conference. We had the Blues and the Calgary Flames. Who wins this round? I'm going to say the St. Louis Blues. I think the Calgary Flames, center depth, who wins that? I say the Blues. It really comes down to center depth, your defense, and your goaltending. But mainly, you have good defense and you have good goaltending. Center depth still beats you out. Okay? Doesn't matter. Just like the Vegas Golden Knights. They had weaker goaltending, weaker center depth over Capitals, and who had better center depth? The Capitals. But just to let you know that. So that's what I'm talking about. Even 2019 was very interesting. Even though both had really solid center depth, it was basically Game 7 with the Bruins just getting injured. Every single one, literally. The first line in Chava. But, getting off the subject there, I think the Blues win this. Alright, we are moving on to the Avalanche and the Edmonton Oilers. I think the Oilers will be very good, but I think the Avalanche are going to squeak by here, saying we have better goaltending. Even though you have Smith, you have Koskinen, I think they're going to squeak by, getting Avalanche win this one. Next, we have the Vancouver Canucks and the Vegas Golden Knights. I think I'm going with the Vegas Golden Knights to win this one. Why? Because, Vegas has more experience over the Canucks' young core, and I think they're just going to be able to beat them. They have Martinez. He will help them get back where they need to be. On the blue line, they'll be great. They have great center. They have great forwards everywhere. Mark Stone, Pacioretty, Marchessault, Stastny, Carlson. Definitely, I think there'll be something special there. Moving on to Dallas and the Predators. I think, sadly, I thought, it'd be an underdog for the Predators, but I had to go with the Dallas Stars here. Why? Because I had them winning the Stanley Cup, but not in this one, potentially. Alright, we are going on to now the conference final. Who wins who? Literally, we have the Blues and the Avalanche. Who wins that? Who wins it? Who wins that? I am gonna actually give it to the Avalanche here. Wow. Colorado Avalanche peeks through here. They're coming to the Western Conference Final. Next we have his Vegas Golden Knights and the Dallas Stars. Here we go. Who's going to win that? I'm going to go with Vegas Golden Knights. Why? Because Dallas, the goal scoring not as deep as, Sagan and Ben keep getting, the goal scoring drought goes up and down and this and that. So, affects them. The Vegas Golden Knights move on. And here we go. The Western Conference Final. Here we go. Welcome. the Golden Knights and the Colorado Avalanche. Here we go. Who wins this? I'm going to go with Colorado Avalanche. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, we have the Capitals and the Avalanche now. Who wins this in, I'm going to say, 6 games? Okay, 6 games. That means they win 4-2. It's going to be the Washington Capitals win the Stanley Cup in the 2020 Stanley Cup in this unusual quarantine situation. And they win it, and they move on, and they win the second Stanley Cup in franchise history, and the second Stanley Cup in 3 years. Very impressive. They move on, and Ovechkin gets the second Stanley Cup. Kovalchuk gets his first. Holtby gets his second. Even though Samsonov really did do a great job. Carlson, Backstrom, they all get the incredible runs. So Gudas misses out, saying, I don't want to do this, but they were still in the Stanley Cup, and for doing nothing for him. We have Dylan, who gets his first Stanley Cup. We have all those guys, and they win it. So, Capitals win it. Oshie gets another Stanley Cup. Very interesting now. But Kovalchuk definitely gets his first, which he's super happy about. And he's going to go back to Montreal next season. So here we go. Capitals win over the Avalanche. Avalanche just did not have as much depth as the Capitals do at center. And that's the point we're talking about. So thanks for watching. Like the video. Didn't bell, comment, share. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.